Hi guys, this is Salim. Once again, welcome to my channel. Guys, I hope you're all doing great. And I think this lockdown period is making you boredom feel. If at all it is says, let's just make our hands dirty by learning this library, guys, Numpy. So in this video, I'm going to tell you one of the libraries of Python, that is Numpy. And guys, if you need any information regarding machine learning, so you can watch my previous videos. The link for those videos is in the description, guys. You can find it there. So let's get start our session. So guys, as I told, NumPy is one of the libraries of Python, and NumPy is mainly famous for its performance, guys, because it uses the concept of arrays. We do use this NumPy in machine learning models. So anyhow, I'm going to explain this machine learning algorithm in the upcoming videos. So even though if it is large amount of data, the NumPy is capable of storing the data, and that too with less memory, guys, less memory occupancy. So it is very easy to learn, guys, NumPy basically. And the concept that is used here is arrays, guys. So mainly the NumPy is use the concept of arrays for data storage. So since I am telling that array is the only concept in the NumPy, so we can create the arrays in 5 ways using this NumPy. Number one is list or tuples, and number two is intrinsic NumPy array that creates array objects too. And number three is reading arrays from disk. And number four is creating arrays from raw bytes. And number five is library functions. I mean, there are many functions that we are going to use this NumPy library, guys. Like functions like we can say like some average, some statistical data to represent the data in a statistical form actually. So everything we are going to see, guys, anyhow in a hands-on session using this NumPy. And guys, one more thing, as I told that NumPy mainly uses the concept of array. So here the data that is stored will be actually in an array format, like visualizing the data either in one dimensional or two dimensional or three dimensional, whatever might be. So here you can see we have one dimensional, two dimensional, three dimensional. I mean, it's not only the limit to three dimensional, but there might be n more dimensions, guys. So basically, this NumPy will uses the two-dimensional array most probably because everything is going to cover in the two-dimensional array itself, guys. So there is no need to go to three-dimensional array. So anyhow, I'm going to explain you this two-dimensional array concept in the upcoming hands-on session with NumPy. So here if you see one-dimensional array, the axis is 0. Axis in the sense, guys, suppose if you want to plot any line on a graph, so we require two axes generally, right? X-axis and Y-axis. So we can plot a graph based upon the data what we have taken as input for that graph. And similarly for two-dimensional array, here you can say we have axis 0 and axis 1. Like you can consider the rows and columns, guys. And similarly for the three-dimensional array, we have axis 0, 1, and 2. Yeah, yeah, guys. So this is all over overall about NumPy. Let's get start our hands-on session with NumPy. So guys, this is how I'm importing the NumPy library. So import NumPy as I have given the name as np, which through which I'm going to access and perform operations here. So this is how we are going to create an array using NumPy. So np.array, and this is a list. So I have given 1 2 3. So when I print, so I'm going to get the result as 1 2 3. Suppose if I want to access an element from an array, or so I'm accessing the index of 0, which means I want to print the element 1 because usually the index starts here with 0. So as usual, so when I try to access the 0 index, so I'm going to get the value as 1. And similarly here, as I told, the NumPy is mainly used for its high performance and less memory occupancy, right? So I can give that the number of bytes it has to store, like it is within 64, so I can give in 32, 8, whatever. I mean, we can give 8, 32, and 64 bits, so that we can decrease the occupancy of memory here. And suppose if I want to access the second array of index 1, so this is the way I'm going to give 0 1. So which means, so guys, here you can see this double list. which means it is a two-dimensional array. Suppose if I try to access this 0 1, I mean the one index of the second array in the one dimensional, so we are going to get error. Like I'll show you. Yeah, here see can we are getting the error as too many indices for array, which means we are going to access the one dimensional array. Actually what happens is here if we give 0 1, which means it will consider zeroth array and first array. So here we have only one array, which means the zeroth row array. So we don't have here one I mean other array with the index of 1. That is the reason why we are getting error here. So in order to access it, we need to mention the array as two-dimensional. So this is the way which is going to be possible. And if you want to know the shape of the array, we're going to give the method as shape and size, and similarly the data type. So which is 64, as I already mentioned there. And similarly, we can create the arrays using the list also. So this is the way how we are going to create the arrays using list. And if you want to know the shape, we can use this method like list array dot shape. And suppose if you want the array with a totally with its zeros, so we can give the m by n to the method of zeros, which means 2 rows and 4 columns. It will give the zeros entirely since we are using this function called zeros. And here you can see we can also access the list array, I mean list into array method. So here we can pass and we can print. Similarly, there is another function called range. So here in the MPy, we do mention it as a range. So it will give the I mean elements till the n what we give the position. So starting with 0. So here I am going to print the 10 elements, which means 0 to 9. I am going to get. Now if I want these elements to be in a structure format of matrix, so I am going to provide the m row and n column, that is using this function called reshape. So 2 comma 5, 2 rows and 5 columns. This is how it is going to print the elements. And if I want to know the shape, so this is the way how we are going to get. And line space, so which will print the elements with the equal spaces, guys. So here I want to print 5 elements with the spaces of 2 start with a 1. So it will print till we get 5, like I mean it will consider the decimals too, like I mean it will start with the 1, and if at all it is required any decimal, it will consider till we are going to get the 5 elements here. So here you can see 1 and 2 3 4 5. So 5 elements still we are going to get, and even though if it is required decimal, it will consider. And this is the empty. If we want any empty array, so we are going to use this function empty, and it will give some random values. Suppose if you want to increase the performance, then we are going to use this empty underscore like function. So we are going to pass here in this function the array through which we are going to increase the performance. Now if you want to print the identity matrix, so this is the function identity. So here you can see 1 0 0 1 0 0 0 1, which is identity matrix of 3 by 3. Now if you want to transpose the matrix, so we can use this capital T simply to the array where we are going to store the elements of. And if you want the sum, so we can use the directly the sum method. Now here axis 0 and axis 1, as I previously told, the axis concept is here important. So axis 0, here it indicates that the number of rows. So here you can consider that axis equal to 0. So which means, so we're going to get rows. So 1 plus 6 is 7, 2 plus 9 11, and 5 plus 3 8. So if it is 1, it is columns. So 1 2 5, which is 8, and 6 3 9 9 plus 9 18. So here you can see 8 comma 18, right? So similarly we can also provide some mathematical functions like max, min, average, sum, and argmin of argmax of, which will give the minimum value in the array of list of elements, and similarly the maximum value, like it will give only the index. So 0 we have min, and max is 0 1 2 and 5, which means the 2 is index. And we can also sort the array list of elements, and also we can able to add, we can multiply it, we can find the square it also, square root of an array. So guys, all the mathematical functions we can apply here. So and this is another method guys, flat, which will provides us to iterate the array list of elements, so like this. So I've taken the for loop for I in level 1, which is my array here, as I already declared. So I'm going to iterate this array list of elements, which will give vertically when I print 10 20 and 30. So if you want to know the dimension of a particular array, you can use the end dimension method. So guys, this is all about numpy array. So there are many guys, many different methods. So you can go and refer the official page of numpy, where you're going to have a user guide where you can find the number of methods regarding numpy, the attributes, depending upon the problem scenario we are going to use guys. So everything I can't cover, so just practice it guys. You have to play with the code, as I already told in each and every video. I'm going to say this is only play with the code guys. So hope you all like this video guys. So please do like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe guys.